Hey guys, it's Reagan. So today's video was requested by a viewer and it is all about what books you really need for nursing school and where to buy them and all that good stuff. So before I get started with the video, just wanted to give you a little disclaimer. Just because I'm making this video and saying that these books will be helpful doesn't mean that these are the only books that you should buy. Odds are your school is going to send you a list of books that you should get, and so you should probably get them because they will pull test questions from them, etc. But the 6 books that I will be talking about today are just good, beneficial books, like extra resources basically. So that's just a little disclaimer for you. Also, I'm really sorry if the lighting is bad because there's all these plants outside and they're moving and it's just causing me trouble. So the first book that I'm going to talk about is this one, which is just a little pocket nurse's dictionary. It's got some like anatomical terms in it and like diagrams like this, but then it also talks about diseases and just medical terminology that you need to know about. So this is beneficial because it's small. It can literally go in my pocket and I take it up to class, and then I also take it up to the hospital with me pretty much every day, as you can tell because it's like already bent up. The next book that I'm going to talk about is this Pocket Skills Guide for Nursing Skills and Procedures. This book is super awesome because it is alphabetized, so you can look up exactly what you're wanting, and then it gives you like a step-by-step breakdown of the procedure, why you're doing those things, and then with some things it even talks about like expected outcomes or like adverse outcomes, things like that. So this is also a really great pocket book to keep with you, especially like if you go to this simulation lab or something like that. But this also just gives me a good preview like before we talk about a skill. So this book is beneficial. Like, it's not necessary, and I'm sure that there's other ones like it, but still. So this is the Mosby's 2016 reference guide, so it's pretty up to date, but it just talks about the medication, what it does, and like its class, how to use it, talks about the route, the dosage, all of that, and talks about side effects. But my favorite thing about this book is that it talks about nursing considerations. So for example, if you give a medication, you should monitor the blood pressure. If you give this medication, you should monitor labs, etc. And it also tells you what you need to teach your patient. So like, by the way, this pill is going to make your pee turn orange, but it's fine. Just things like that. So this has a lot of good information in it, not just about the medication, but about like your role as a nurse and what you need to teach your patient and their family, which I feel like is really helpful. This next book is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a clinical calculations book. If you are good at math, or even if you're not good at math, I still feel like you should invest in a book like this, because it talks about formulas, it talks about conversions, it talks about all of that stuff, and it has practice problems in it. You can never go wrong with practice problems. So I would invest in this type of book. Like, even if you're really good at math, medical math is a lot different, so just consider this, okay? This next book is a nursing diagnostic handbook. I didn't even know that a nursing diagnosis was a thing until I got to nursing school. But it is a thing, and this will help you all throughout schooling, and I feel like, you know, your first like couple months and years of being an RN, this will be beneficial for you. But it teaches you how to do a nursing diagnosis and then like terms that you would use for that. So this has a lot of good information in it. It's alphabetized, and like I said, I will be using this for the duration of schooling and into my job as an RN, so this would definitely be a good investment for you if it's not already on your required book list. Okay, now the next and final book that I'm going to talk about is this bad boy right here. This is the basic nursing book. This is kind of the main book that we will use all throughout school. I feel like every school just kind of has that book that is their main book, and this is this one. So each chapter is very well broken down by topic. So if you need to look up something specific, like, you can turn straight to the glossary and find that topic, whether it be a full page or just a paragraph. It's still helpful either way. And then at the end of each chapter, there's a section like all about procedures that gives you like a step-by-step rundown with pictures of the different procedures. And so I feel like that's very helpful. So this is just kind of a catch-all book. This one is a little pricey, but I feel like this or something similar would be helpful for you all throughout your schooling. So there's that. Some of my classmates have told me that they haven't even picked this book up since they bought it. And I mean, that's up to you. That's up to personal preference. If reading doesn't help you, then you don't have to do it. But I still would recommend buying your books because you never know when a teacher is going to throw a test question in there that's strictly from the reading. So that's my tip to you. The only books that I have encountered that were not particularly helpful for me were the ATI books, which is kind of funny because they're meant to be like a beneficial resource. The website is great. The website has a lot of good reading and like step-by-step videos and frequently asked questions and practice problems and stuff like that. And so the website is great, but the books are very like wordy, and I could rephrase the entire paragraphs into like 10 words or less. And so I feel like that's not very beneficial because then it's just very repetitive and uses lots of hard to understand words and things like that. And so I'm just not a huge fan of the ATI books. They do have some practice questions in them, which are nice, but they're only relevant to what's covered in the book material. So that's that. Now, just another tip for you guys, if you are stressed, like if you haven't started school yet or you are in school and you're stressed about money, don't take that out on your books, okay? Your books are resources for you, and so you need to invest time and money into your books, okay? So some of my books I actually bought on Facebook for like $20 or less. Some of them were given to me. One of them we did have to purchase, but we found an accent, like a coupon code for it. So don't be stressed about it. There's always options out there. We have 2 nursing schools where I live, so we have like a nursing buy-sell page where people will sell their old books. And so that's really beneficial too. So just look at other options before you go straight to the website to buy it at full price. Like buy it used or rent it. Amazon has a lot of rentals. So don't be super stressed about money because there are definitely some cheaper options. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed and I hope that it was helpful for you. If it was, please give it a big thumbs up. As I mentioned, today's video was requested by a viewer, so if you have any other video requests or questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below or DM me on Instagram. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss any future content, whether it be nursing or non-nursing related. As I mentioned, I'm going to try and do like a travel diary type video for next weekend because I'm going up to my fiance's graduation. So we'll see how that works out. But anyways guys, I love you and I will see you in my next video. Bye!